Recently, Mr. O's body had grown frail. He was constantly tired and losing weight noticeably. His family initially thought it was simply due to old age. However, during meals, he began having difficulty swallowing, as if something was stuck in his throat. Whatever he tried to eat was hard to get down. At times, he felt nauseous, short of breath, and suffered chest tightness. His voice became weak and breathy like that of a seriously ill person. One day in December 2020, when his discomfort reached a peak, the family rushed him to the hospital. After completing all necessary tests, the doctor called his relatives into a room and said, "Your father has esophageal cancer. I'm afraid he doesn't have much time left. It's best that the family prepares mentally. The only option is radiation therapy. If he responds well, it might prolong his life for a while." Hearing the doctor's conclusion, the entire family was stunned into silence. Although Mr. O had already lived to the age of 88, an age many people wish for but never reach, his loved ones were still shaken by this devastating news. The thought of impending separation between life and death brought tears to their eyes. After regaining some composure and careful consideration, the family decided not to tell Mr. O about his illness. They also declined chemotherapy and radiation, knowing these treatments would only bring more suffering without ultimately saving his life. As the days passed, the tumor continued to grow, pressing against his throat, making it difficult for him to breathe or eat. Anything he swallowed was vomited back up, even drinking water became impossible. 4 months later, doctors had no choice but to insert a feeding tube directly into his stomach to sustain his life. From that moment, he realized his condition was serious, and the family could no longer hide the truth. His full name was TVO, Dharma name PA, residing in NQ Ward, VY City, VP Province. In his youth, he served in the military. After marriage and having children, he turned to business to support his family. His entire family were Buddhists. In earlier years, Mr. O had lived at a temple for several years doing volunteer work, helping monks manage the temple in their absence. He practiced Pure Land Buddhism, reciting the Buddha's name daily and aspiring to be reborn in the Western Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha. His wife had taken refuge in the Three Jewels long ago. His eldest son had practiced Buddhism for 10 years, his eldest daughter for 5 years. Only the youngest daughter, HL, was not particularly devoted to spiritual matters. Though she listened to discussions of Buddhist teachings, her understanding remained vague and uncertain. Still, she did not oppose it. Following family tradition, she would chant sutras or recite the Buddha's name when asked. Whenever it was HL's turn to care for her father at the hospital, Mr. O would cry, expressing his attachment to life, his wife, and his children, especially HL, his youngest. Though he understood Buddhist teachings about impermanence, that life arises today and passes tomorrow, knowing is one thing, and truly letting go is another. Facing death, he could not free himself from worldly attachment and regret. The hospital room was filled with other terminally ill patients, groaning in pain day and night, unable to eat or sleep. Yet Mr. O, thanks to the power of reciting the Buddha's name, did not suffer pain. This deeply impressed HL and strengthened her faith in Buddhism. Out of love for him, the entire family chanted sutras and performed a large life release ritual, dedicating the merit so he could peacefully endure his illness and, when the time came, attain a serene rebirth as he had long wished. 2 months after the feeding tube was inserted, one weekend noon, Mr. O fell asleep and slipped into a coma without anyone noticing. He remained in a deep coma for 5 days before finally passing away, ending his human life. From the moment he fell unconscious, the family, together with the Golden Lotus Dharma group at BS Temple in VY City, recited sutras daily, dedicating merit to him. His 3 children devoted themselves to filial piety, copying the Ksitagava Sutra, while the eldest son and daughter vowed to eat vegetarian, chant the sutra, and recite the Buddha's name continuously for 49 days. All merits were dedicated to helping him attain rebirth in the Western Pure Land. However, things did not go as smoothly as hoped. One day, while sitting at home, HL suddenly saw her father's shadow walk from the bedroom to the altar, startling her. It seemed his spirit had not yet let go of his deep attachments and still lingered in the house. 20 days after his passing, while the family was chanting, his spirit entered HL's body. He cried sorrowfully, as if trying to say something but unable to speak. His throat still felt blocked just as when he was alive. HL experienced all his pain as if it were her own. Realizing he had not yet attained liberation, the family intensified their practice, dedicating even more merit day and night. On the eve of the 49th day, HL was still copying the final volume of the Ksitagava Sutra. Determined to finish, she wrote from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. but still couldn't complete it. Her fingers were numb and aching, unable to hold the pen. Unwilling to give up, she clasped her hands and prayed.
I pray that Bodhisattva Ksitagava bless me to relieve this pain so I can finish copying the sutra before the 49th day and dedicate the merit to my father.
As soon as she finished speaking, her hands suddenly felt light, completely free of pain. Overwhelmed by this immediate response, she burst into tears and continued writing through the night until it was done. After 100 days, during a family chanting session, Mr. O's spirit entered HL again. But this time, unlike before, he did not cry, he simply recited the Buddha's name. When his wife asked him questions, he only replied, "Recite the Buddha's name." 10 minutes passed, as both the living and the spirit united in focused chanting, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Amitabha Buddha. Suddenly, still speaking through HL, Mr. O exclaimed joyfully, "Oh, I see the Buddha, his light is so beautiful. The Buddha is so magnificent." The whole family was overjoyed and chanted even more fervently, their voices resonating powerfully. No one thought of anything else, only the continuous recitation of the Buddha's name filled the space. Moments later, he said repeatedly, "I ask the Buddha to guide my spirit to the Western Pure Land." Then he turned toward his eldest son, bowed deeply, and said gently, "My son, thank you so much. When I was ill, you cared for me wholeheartedly. When I passed, you devoted yourself to chanting and dedicating merit for me." He then turned to his wife, "My dear, the Buddha has arrived. I will go first. You must remain and wholeheartedly recite the Buddha's name." After speaking, he rose gently. This time, HL clearly felt his spirit leave her body and ascend upward. From then on, the family no longer saw him in dreams or experienced possession again. Thus ended countless lifetimes of suffering in this world of birth, aging, sickness, and death, opening instead a radiant future in the eternal Pure Land. Everyone in the family was deeply moved witnessing his rebirth. Truly, seeing once is worth more than hearing 100 times. This became powerful proof strengthening the faith of HL and the entire family. Later on, HL was occasionally possessed by other spirits, fallen soldiers from wartime, Thai and Chinese spirits, even animal spirits like dogs or fish. Having witnessed Mr. O's magnificent rebirth, they admired it deeply and longed for similar blessings. They entered HL, recounting their suffering and pleading for help through chanting and merit dedication. HL agreed, and after some time of chanting for them, they no longer appeared. From that point on, HL was no longer uncertain or doubtful about karma and Buddhist teachings. Her direct experiences ignited hope within her. She formally embarked on the path of Buddhist practice, aspiring that one day she too would attain the same liberation as her father.